dial. Keep it locked right there. CRF Radio. All night. Oh yeah. CRF Radio. Yo, what's up? You're ready for life.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa,
It's CRF Radio.
Yeah, friend, no, pass on, for free, Asante Nemu, no kind of sense. On brand, Austin, if I'm ready, and to move me another I'm probably training. Come and back on the degrees of fire. All mass of fire, one must have we are the other to you. They are fun, go. At the end of time, we are. Pure cookie, coffee, Massiniba. Also, Pia, what you have, Sitani, what you have, oh, yeah, what you have. Kani wadiano, abadansu wadiano, na mumieno dayano, na dakaminia, misi obiara bekobio, obiara bekobio.
Okay, so it's a beautiful Friday morning, and you are rocking live on CRF Radio. Also watching us live on CRF TV, transmitting live from Adenta Fafraha inside CRF building. It's a very beautiful Friday morning. I say good morning to you wherever you're doing the listening from. Don't tune in anywhere. You're listening to the best. This is your live morning show, Tete Ghana and Ghana. That's the title of the program. And I say a very good morning to you wherever you might be doing the listening from. It is only 5 minutes past the hour 10 right here in the house of CRF. So this morning, very quick one, we'll be doing the newspaper review. We'll be doing the trending stories, what is happening around the globe. Also live news coming your way from BBC World. From the world of entertainment, from the world of sports, from the world of politics. It'll all be coming your way right here in the house of our CRF. My name is Michelle, but you can always call me the International DJ Fresh. A very good morning to you once again. Just keep your dial locked in here. You can also join me live on my TikTok page. It's at DJ Freshboy GH, live on TikTok at DJ Freshboy GH. So today happens to be Friday, July 17th in the year 2026. A lot is happening around the world. From our very own local stories, news from Africa, around the globe. So a very quick one. So this morning, my first newspaper is going to be from the Daily Graphic. And the daily graphic, it says boost for local oil refineries. Boost for local oil refineries. Dr. John Jinapor, the Minister of Energy and the Green Transition, he says they've received 1 million barrels Jubilee crude oil allocation. They've received 1 million barrel Jubilee crude allocation. And also it says Cocoa Board settles 162 million cocoa bills arrears. So to all the Mahama and all the people who were saying Mahama was owing them from the cocoa, now Cocoa Board is saying they've settled 162 million cocoa bills arrears. News coming in from the Daily Graphic this morning, and it says Accra Kumasi Expressway, the Accra Kumasi Expressway, that is the Accra Kumasi Highway. And who is talking here? Mr. Sam Jonah. He says 11 billion project fund still in BOG accounts. Mr. Sam Jonah says there is 11 billion project fund that is still in BOG, that is the Bank of Ghana account. This one also says modernized chieftaincy cases adjudication. Asante Hene Otumfo says modernized chieftaincy cases adjudication. And our story coming in from Africa Today News. Africa Today News on the newspaper headline, it says appeal court overturns 500,000 defamation judgment awarded to Napo against Sammy Gyamfi. It was not quite long ago that Napo sued Sammy Gyamfi for defamation, and the newspaper is telling us this morning that from the Africa Today News, it says appeal court overturns 500,000 defamation judgment awarded to Napo against Sammy Gyamfi. And another story says tension brews in Ashanti region as MPP nullifies executive swearing in. Tension brews in Ashanti region as NPP nullifies executive swearing in. This one also says Mahama's darling boy stirs up shy Osudoku. Mahama's darling boy stirs up shy Osudoku. And another story is Awukugwa State Service ties with a Kropon. Is Awukugwa State Service ties with a Kropon. And another story says Isaac Adongo Rose South Brokrade project. That is 20 communities to benefit from this initiative. Isaac Adongo has rolled out Brokrade project, which is also going to benefit about 20 communities from this initiative. And now let's move to the Daily Gist. The Daily Gist newspaper is telling us this morning, as of Friday, 17 July 2026, TikToker jailed 1 year over linking Mahama to 32 cows buried for 2024 victory. TikToker jailed 1 year over linking Mahama to 32 cows buried for 2024 victory. It was not quite ago that we saw in the media everywhere a particular TikToker by name Kamila Al-Hassan, who claimed she has videos of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, slaughtering or offering 32 cows or burying 32 cows alive just to have won the 2024 victory. When she was taken to court, she couldn't prove her claims, and therefore the court has jailed her 1 year for publishing such false news. But it is also true in Ghana here, if you might not know, if you publish false news, if as I'm sitting here on CRF TV, as you're watching me live from around the world, if I sit here to publish or say any wrong information, well, there is a law in Ghana that if you sit on social media and it says whatever you don't know, you'll be taken to court. And if you can't prove whatever that you said, you are going to serve a jail term. So those of you the social media nowadays, everybody's an influencer. You sit on your media platforms and say whatever that you want. Let us henceforth be kindly, very extra careful. Maybe somebody said something that was not taken on. You might not know. You might be taken on. So let's move to the next stories. And it says NDC blows 11 billion on clearing new expressway. NDC blows 11 billion on clearing new expressway. That is on the frontage of the Daily Gist newspaper. And I'm moving to another story. It says Upon Nkrumah exposes Bank of Ghana 10.3 billion forest deal. Upon Nkrumah exposes BOG, Bank of Ghana, 10.3 billion forest deal. And also another story says Afenyoma Ken Ayene fight over tribunal bill. I saw the news yesterday. Afenyoma Ken Ayene fight over public tribunal bill. And just this morning, I'm receiving news that the bill has been passed, even though the minority walked out of parliament. But the bill has been passed this very morning. And now to the Informer. The Informer, their slogan is nothing but the truth. Now on the Informer newspaper, it says majority to draw daggers over BOG. Majority and minority draw daggers over BOG. Kojo Upon Nkrumah. Wow. The Informer newspaper this morning is quite interesting. I got a lot of people who are trying to comment on my Instagram, on my IG and more. Okay, so on the Informer newspaper, it says, hold Yoko's political masters accountable. That is by the CDD. It says, hold Yoko's political masters accountable. And now to the next story. It says, Asante Achim North cries for MP as constituent left without a voice. It was not long ago that we saw in the newspaper everywhere that the Asante Achim North MP, Ohine Kwame Frimpong, was arrested in the Netherlands over some fraud allegations. Well, whether as to it being true or not, we are yet to receive the news. But as we speak now, he's currently in Bas in the Netherlands. And then in the Informer is telling us this morning that Asante Achim North cries for MP because their member of parliament has been absent for quite a little bit time now. This one also says the land minister rallies Ghanaians to plant trees. Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, who is the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, rallies for Ghanaians to plant more trees. Now, World Bank slams Ghana describe energy recovery program as unsatisfactory. World Bank slams Ghana describes energy recovery program as unsatisfactory. And now the Publisher newspaper is also telling us this morning that BOG, Bank of Ghana, validates Baumier's gold reforms. And that is by Upon Nkrumah, MP for Fuanse Ayurebi, Mr. Kojo Upon Nkrumah. He says Bank of Ghana validates Baumier's gold reforms. Court strike out AG's application on harness travel, no order to revoke. Court strikes out AG's application on harness travel and no order to revoke. It's also here being published again. The TikToker who was jailed 1 year, Kamila Al Hassan. He says TikToker jailed 1 year for insulting Mahama. This is not just an insult, but these were claims. Very serious accusations. And now let's move to the Daily Graphic newspaper this morning. Okay, I think I've already brought that. So now let's move to the Metro Lens. And the Metro Lens is Abuakwa North empowers 50 PWDs with business tools. When we say PWDs, that is people with disabilities. So the Abuakwa North municipality has empowers 50 people with disabilities with business tools to enable them also have something to do. And now the Metro Lens is telling us this morning that Parliament passes tribunal bill. Parliament has passed the tribunal bill. This one is quite a very sad story. Body of the xenophobia victims return home. It was yesterday I saw in the news on the trending stories that the Ghanaian who was living in South Africa, who passed away through these xenophobic attacks, was repatriated yesterday. Quite a very sad story. My condolences to the family. As they will say in Chimikope Bibia Bidi and maybe then and quite not an interesting story this morning. Impressive numbers, ordinary Ghanaians still waiting. IERPP assessment finds that impressive numbers, that is the ordinary Ghanaians still awaiting IERPP. There is still a number of Ghanaians who are done with the education and still awaiting posting. So the assessment finds by the IERPP is that there are still a lot of Ghanaians who are still home and waiting to be posted to their various, either being teaching, either being nurses, either being doctors, and a lot more. Now let's move to the Custodian newspaper, and it says fair, reliable, and fearless. Over here too, this TikToker is really trending. It's a TikToker jailed 1 year for offensive conduct against Mahama. If you listen to all the newspaper, each and every one has their own side of the story and how they write ups. It says TikToker jailed 1 year for offensive conduct against Mahama. And now to the Electoral Affairs Committee. It says NPP refers over 30 constituent disputes. NPP refers over 30 constituent disputes to the Electoral Affairs Committee. The Electoral Affairs Committee of the New Patriotic Party, they are those in charge of the elections of the party, and I believe all the other political parties also have their Electoral Affairs Committees. And this one says Baumia Gold Reform stabilizes city. Honorable Kojo Oponkroma is saying Baumia's gold reforms stabilize the city. And then the Bank of Ghana confirms in response to Opon Nkroma's question. Bank of Ghana, BOG, confirms in response to Opon Nkroma's question. And now this story says TUC calls for withdrawal of tribunal bill. TUC calls for the withdrawal of the tribunal's bill. And now let's move to the newspaper center or the news center. It says detail-driven news. That is also their slogan. And it says engineers ranked roads held railway infrastructure poor. The engineers ranked roads held railway infrastructure very poor. And now Gold Board pays NACOC 12.6 million for gold dust. Or for gold, yes, for gold dust. Gold Board pays NACOC 12.6 million for gold dust. And now Kamila Hassan jail's term sparks constituent or constitutional right debate. Kamila Al-Hassan jail terms sparks constitutional right debate. Free speech on trial. Free speech on trial. Let me say a little bit of this. You see, when we say freedom or democracy, having a free speech, you see, where your freedom or your free speech actually infringe somebody's own. So as I'm sitting here this morning, DJ Fresh, I have a right, as I have the right reading the news to you, I don't have a right to say something that will insult or go against anyone. make any claims or accusations to which I have no proof of. That is how we Ghanaians we are most times. This one is saying free speech on trial. This wasn't a free speech. As I'm sitting here reading the newspaper to you, it's a free speech. But that doesn't mean I should make claims and accusations of things I have not seen or things I have no proof or records of. By doing so, I have infringed the person or whosoever that I did make the accusations to or against, which is also against the law. So with this story, I actually don't agree with it. It's a free speech on trial. Kamila Hassan jail term spark constitutional right debate. Once there is a constitutional right that I can sit here, present a news to you, maybe present a mid-morning show to you, doesn't mean I should make claims, false claims, accusing someone of doing something I have no proof of. And now moving to the next story, it says Ghana now 60% cash light as digital payment surge. Ghana now 60% cash light as digital payment surge. And TUC calls for withdrawal of tribunals bill. I've already read that. That's right. So if you just joined me, you are right on CRF Radio, watching us live on CRF TV, on YouTube, streaming live on all the guitar platforms. You can also join me live on my TikTok account at DJ Freshboy GH, also on Instagram at DJ Freshboy GH. And now let's move to the Exposed newspaper. And it says Chief of Staff calls for stronger collaboration to boost tourism sector. Honorable Julius Debra, the Chief of Staff of Ghana, has called for stronger collaboration to boost tourism sector. And this was a story. It says stop xenophobic attack against Ghanaian. Jonah Capital Concerned Group to Nigerian government. Stop xenophobic attack against Ghanaians. Jonah Capital Concerned Group to Nigerian government. And now OPAG, popularly pronounced as OPEC, condemns attacks on Jonah Capital in Nigeria. Okay, so Jonah Capital was attacked in Nigeria and calls for government intervention. And now there's also a story here saying stop xenophobic attack against Ghanaians. Jonah Capital, who was attacked in Nigeria. Just as the story I read earlier, it says NPP TikToker jailed over false publication. Now you see where the story is going. Now they are trying to turn this into political. It says MPP TikToker jailed over false publication. Each and every newspaper has their write-ups, as I already said. Now this one says Mahama launches 24-hour market project at Juapon to boost local economy. His Excellency the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, launches 24-hour market project at Juapon to boost local economy. And now there is a legal practitioner who says stay away from false publication to avoid jail term. OPAC cautions members. He says stay away from false publication to avoid jail term. And now let's move to the Delhi Searchlight. And the Delhi Searchlight is saying this morning, Sports Minister petitioned players paying for selection into Black Stars. Over a period of years now, we've heard of a lot of stories that there are a lot of players that if you want to play for the Black Stars, there's a particular amount of fee you need to pay to serve your own country. And now the Delhi Searchlight is telling us that Sports Minister petition players paying for selection into the Black Stars. And now TUC is also saying suspend tribunal bill until constitutional review is complete. Suspend tribunal bill until constitutional review is complete. And another story is also saying Afenyo Markin, Attorney General, clash over proposed public tribunals bill. Afenyo Markin, and the Attorney General clash over proposed public tribunals bill. It is also here TikToker Camilla has jailed 1 year. Another blow for free speech. And now the Daily Banner newspaper this morning, it says Mahama's 1 year score. Mahama's 1 year score. So now President Mahama scores 4.9 out of 10 by the new assessment by the IERPP. The IERPP assessment says President Mahama has scored so far 4.9 out of 10 in his current administration. This is quite interesting. Nigeria authorities should stop attacks on Ghanaian businesses. Jonah Capital, I think I've read that. Nigerian authorities should stop attacks on Ghanaian business. Jonah Capital from the concerned group of Ghana. And another story says Afrija Secretary East MPP executives bear teeth. Afrija Secretary East MPP executives bear teeth. Reject annulment of constitution elections. It is also here TikToker jailed 1 year over claims against Mahama. And now let's move to the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide newspaper this morning. It says Court of Appeal overturns 500,000 damages against Sami Jemfi. And this one says protects Jonah Capital staff in Nigeria group. That is an appeal to His Excellency President Mahama. They say it's protect Jonah Capital staff in Nigeria. Now from the Daily Guide is also written here, TikToker jailed over Mahama 32 cows claim. I've read a couple of times. Parliament serving party interest. Parliament is serving party interest by Atuguba. Says Parliament is serving party interest. And court strikes out AG's request to halt Hannes UK travel. Court strikes out Attorney General's request to halt Hannes UK travel. And now another sad news: 12 perished in Gori Konongo crash. 12 perished in Gori Konongo crash. There's been a serious accident on the Accra Kumasi highway within the enclave of Konongo, and 12 people has perished. That is quite very sad this morning coming in. And now the Meridian newspaper is also saying, where is the 10.92 billion? Where is the 12.92 billion? Minority demands breakdown of the Accra Kumasi Expressway cash. So there was an allocation by government, which is 10.92 billion cedis that was being allocated to the Kumasi Accra Expressway, and now minority in Parliament demands the breakdown of the Kumasi Accra Expressway cash. And another story is also the government to recruit 16,000 nurses in 2 badges by His Excellency Mahama. Mahama says government is to recruit 16,000 nurses in 2 badges. So if you're a nurse awaiting posting, I think there's a good news for you. And now the new Patriotic Party branch in USA to elect new leaders. And the chairperson is Jennings Asaribediakun. And now let's move to the Supreme newspaper, which says, it says, stay away from Ashanti Regional, NPP and its electoral issues. Wontumi wants Kodua. Justin Kodua, who is the General Secretary of the NPP. He says, stay away from Ashanti Regional, NPP and its electoral issues. Wontumi wants Kodua. And another story says, Wontumi campaign Wontumi campaign defense Ashanti regional chairman. Wontumi campaign defense Ashanti regional chairman. Question basis for annulment of constituency elections. So in another story, I read to you that the MPP has halted its Ashanti regional elections, and now Wontumi campaign defense Ashanti regional chairman, and the questions basis for annulment of the constituency elections. Now, Honorable Eric Nana Ajimai Prempe, MP for Ahafuano North, loses mother at the age of 104. Quite a sad story. The MP for Ahafuano North, Honorable Eric Nana Ajimai Prempe, has lost his mother at the age of 104. And now 6 land guards arrested on licensed weapons seized. That is by the Ghana Police Service. They say 6 land guards has been arrested with unlicensed weapons seized. And now news coming in from the Chronicle says Baumia has played a role in steady stability. That is by Honorable Kojo Opon Kruma. He says Baumia has played a role in the city stability. And he says, but the majority towards BOG's open admission. And in other news, he says regulate aphrodisiacs now. That is by the Pharmacists Council of Ghana. They says we should regulate the aphrodisiacs now. And now coming from the editorial, I say, can Mahama guarantee you freedom after speech? Can Mahama guarantee you freedom after speech? And also in another story, it says Sami Jemfi wins appeal against Napo. Sami Jemfi wins appeal against Napo. So these are quite a number of the stories coming in from the daily newspaper this morning, and also from the Daily Guide, the Meridian, and all the other newspaper coming in. So we'll be doing a lot of the trending stories also. And if you just joined my live streamer, you are listening to CRF Radio. Also watching us live on CRF TV, on YouTube, and all other digital platforms. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And do share for others to also join and enjoy this interesting, lovely show this morning. My name is Bishop Ismail. Can call me DJ Fresh. Let me go in for a water break. I'll be back shortly.
Hey yo, you don't flip that dial. Keep it locked right there. CRF Radio.
Okay, so now let's move into the trending stories. Reading live to you from my joyonline.com this morning. And it says Mahama nominated to the Supreme Court bench. His Excellency the President John Mahama has nominated 3 lawyers to the Supreme Court bench. And this one says, we don't need tribunals again. Minority stages walk out over bill. We don't need tribunals again. Minority stages walk out over bill. And another story says Parliament passes Tribunal Bill 2026. So now minority walks out of Parliament over the Tribunal Bill, and now Parliament has passes the Tribunal Bill 2026. This one also says we cannot wait. We cannot wait. Professor Ebo Texan urges Mahama to push structural reforms now. Professor Ebo Taksin urges Mahama to push structural reforms now. FDA shut popular food establishment along Osu Oxford Street over hygiene violations. FDA shut down popular food establishment along the Osu Oxford Street over hygiene violations. And now TUC urges government to halt tribunal bill pending constitutional review. TUC urges government to halt tribunal bill pending constitutional review. And at the Tama Oil Refinery, Jubilee Oil could ease pressure on the city. Economists hail structural shift. Tall, Tama Oil Refinery, refining Jubilee Oil could ease pressure on the city. Tama Oil Refinery are saying that refining the Jubilee Oil could ease pressure on the city. Gold on track for biggest weekly loss in 6 as Iran war funds inflation worries. This is an international story, and it says gold on track for biggest weekly loss in 6 as Iran war funds inflation worries. And I just want to also say Trump administration tightens visa rules for foreign students. Trump administration tightens visa rules for foreign students. Oil rises on intensifying US-Iran hostiles, threat of Red Sea closure. Oil rises on intensifying in the US-Iran hostilities, threats the Red Sea closure. And also from the world of sports, it was on the 14th that the semi-finals of the World Cup began. And it was a match against Spain and France, of which France lost to Spain 2-0. And then a day after, which was on the 15th of July 2026, Argentina also played against England. England were first to score, but in the end of the game, Argentina won by 2-1. And therefore, Spain and Argentina are going to the finals, whilst France and then England will be playing for the 3rd and 4th position. So 2025-2026 World Cup, which country lift the trophy? Is it going to be Spain? Is it going to be the defending champions, the Argentines, the Lionel Messi's and co? Of course, it's going to be a tough match. And now from the world of sports, Accra House of Coke deny placing valuation on Benjamin Sarri. Benjamin Sarri is trending on all the news, becoming Ghana's number 1 goalkeeper. The Accra House of Folk, number 1 Benjamin Sarri goalkeeper. Now, House of Folk is denying placing valuation on Benjamin Sarri. And now the sports minister is saying we showed class against England. We showed class against England. Sports minister reflects on Ghana's World Cup display. And then he says, we couldn't go to World Cup just trusting in God. Sports Minister defends Otuado sacking. He says we couldn't go to World Cup by just trusting in God. And now some international news. Say the financial winners and losses from the World Cup. That is by the FIFA Sepp Blatter, Gianni Infantino. He says the financial winners and losers from the World Cup. He's published quite the financial winners and losers from the World Cup. And another story says Pele's 1958 World Cup final shirt sells for $4.9 million, World Pele, may his soul rest in peace. He said Pele's 1958 World Cup final shirt, the shirt or the jersey that Abedi Pele wore, sorry, not Abedi Pele, the Ghanaian Pele, the one he was named after, the Brazilian Pele, the shirt that he wore during the 1958 World Cup has been sold for $4.9 million. And in another story, it says Bellingham slapped Argentina's substitute after England exit. Jude Bellingham slapped Argentina's substitute after England exit from the World Cup. FIFA assessing match report over fake Lance banner. FIFA assessing match reports over fake Lance banner. Now, the New York issues air quality alert days before the World Cup final. New York issues air quality alert. New York issues air quality alert days before the World Cup final. And now the Danish-born Ghanaian defender Graham Ankamifio signs new FC Copenhagen deal. And in the sports of women, he said WAFCON 2026, Malawi ready for historic tournament debut. Malawi ready for historic tournament debut. Now let's do some international stories from the world of BBC. And it says US launches new strike as Iran says civilian infrastructure hits. And now some international stories. It says US launches new strike as Iranian civilian infrastructure hits. And now in another stories, President Donald Trump accuses China of election meddling and questioning vote security ahead of midterms. Trump accuses China of election meddling and questions voting security ahead of midterms. And now in some international news, more than 500 Rohingya vanished at sea. More than 500 Rohingya vanished at sea. What happened? Well, we are yet to find out. It says 2 boats carrying an estimated people of about 530 Rohingyas has disappeared on the Red Sea. And now some international news. Japan relaxes royal succession rules, but ban on female empress remain. Japan relaxes royal succession rules, but ban on female empress remains. And now Philippines condemns monkey video on Chinese media as racist. Philippines condemn monkey video on Chinese media as racist. Canada fires prompt US air quality alert as smoke blanket major cities. Canada fires prompt US air quality alert as smoke blanket major cities. And now once again, World Pele, the jersey that he wore in the year 1958 World Cup final has been sold for $4.9 million. World Pele, the jersey that he wore during the 1958 World Cup has been sold for $4.9 million. And this story also has gone international from the BBC World. Kamila Al-Hassan, the social media or the TikTok influencer, has been jailed 1 year over allegations against His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. It was just yesterday that we saw the news that Kamila Al-Hassan has been jailed 1 year over false accusations against President Mahama. And now it's in the international news. If you just join us right now, we are streaming live on Modern Ghana, Zino FM, CRF Radio, wherever you're doing the monitoring from, just search CRF Radio. Join us live on TikTok at CRF Television, on YouTube, and on all the digital platforms at CRF Television. And join our morning discussion. Exactly 11 a.m. I'll be signing out with the trending stories, and I'll be bringing you more during the day. Do join our YouTube live as we bring you daily gist. We bring you interesting stories. We bring you health tips. And exactly 3 each and every day from Monday to Friday, Saturday. We'll be bringing you international news from the BBC world. We'll be bringing you some international news from the BBC world. So do join CRF Radio, do join CRF TV. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also do share as countless as you can for others to also join our live stream. And if you are watching us live on TikTok, you just joined DJ Freshboy GH. Thank you very much for joining me live on TikTok at DJ Freshboy GH. Big shout out and kudos to yourself.
CRF Radio.
And now let's come back to our local Ghanaian entertainment stories. And this one says from the adumonline.com, Kwesi Arthur postpones North American Redemption Valley Tour, date over health concerns. It says Ghanaian rapper and singer Kwesi Arthur has postponed the North American leg of his Redemption Valley Tour after revealing he is battling a health issue. And now this one says, Confederation of African Football yet to pay $250,000 judgment 2 years after court victory. Kobe Spiky lament. CAF yet to pay $250,000 judgment 2 years after court victory. Kobe Spiky lament. And it's also here, TikToker Camila Al-Hassan sentenced to 1 year in prison over attacks on President Mahama. And now it says, lawyer explains why Camila Al-Hassan was jailed for 1 year instead of 3 years. Lawyer explains why Camila Al-Hassan was jailed for 1 year instead of 3 years. And now Stonebwoy pays emotional tribute to Phantom Moja after reggae star's death. Phantom Moja is a well-recognized international reggae dancehall artist who recently passed away. Another story is saying Stonebwoy pays emotional tribute to Phantom Moja after reggae star's death. Now, Big Brother Naija season 11 premieres on July 26 with about 1.3 million grand prize. Big Brother Naija season 11 premieres on July 26 with 1.3 million cedis grand prize. And now this one says, Lastmate shares special moments with Okomfo Kwade as he pays tribute to music legend. Lastmate shares special moments with Okomfo Kwade as he pays tribute to music legend. It was not quite ago Lastmate, the Ghanaian musician, released a song titled Biggest Nathaniel. That is quite a very emotional hip life song, and with a music line on his comment section, people were saying he should dedicate the song or he should simply hang the song over to Okomfo Kwade, because that is Okomfo Kwade's style and he has listened. So currently he paid a tribute to Okomfo Kwade and is going to feature Okomfo Kwade in the song. Biggest Nathaniel is quite a very sensational trending song right now. And now in this story, say how Ghanaian Immigrant Network allegedly helped Abutrika launder millions. How Ghanaian Immigrant Network allegedly helped Abu Trika launder millions. And another sad story, Godfred Akabila, who was Ghana's most strongest. That was in the year 2023, 2024, and he was among the competitors all the way from 2012. Godfred Akabila, one of Ghana's most strongest, has passed away. And the story is saying Godfred Akabila's wife recounts his heartbreaking final hours after brief illness. And now this story also says Jamaican reggae star Fantin Moses died at the age of 49 years. And now to my very own category and star, the Guinness Ghana DJ Awards 2026 to officially launch on my birthday, which is 1st August. Guinness Ghana DJ Awards 2026 to officially launch on August 1st. Africa's biggest celebration of DJ excellence takes center stage once again as the 2026 Ghana DJ Awards, powered by Smirnoff, officially launched on the 1st of August, which is my birthday, and it's quite unfortunate this year I couldn't make the list. We're hoping to make the list next year. James Gardner vows tougher action against TV stations pirating movies in Ghana. James Gardner vows tougher action against TV stations pirating movies in Ghana. And now, Akosua Japan finally revealed shocking backstage encounter before her first major show. Akosua Japan finally revealed shocking backstage encounter before her first major show. And now, Nigerian filmmaker Uchenna Mbunado raises concerns over an unauthorized movie broadcast by some Ghanaian TV stations. Nigerian filmmaker Uchenna Mbunado raises concern over an unauthorized movie broadcast by some Ghanaian TV stations. And now Mercy Asiedu donates 50,000 for actor Kojo Kwechere's kidney treatment. Mercy Asiedu donates 50,000 cedis for actor Kojo Kwechere's kidney treatment. And now Osebo apologized to Obinim over video with Florence Obinim. Fashion entrepreneur Osebo, the fashion king, has apologized to the founder and leader of the International Gospel Church, Bishop Daniel Obinim, following concerns over a video he made and posted with his wife, Mrs. Florence Obinim. And he says Osebo apologized to Obinim over video with Florence Obinim. Now, legendary Stone Boys mourn Jana Abubakar II, describes him as a leader of peace and vision. Stone Boy mourns Jana Abubakar II, describes him as a leader of peace and vision. And now Jim Ike is claiming demon rules entertainment industry. Jim Ike claims demons rules entertainment industry. Veteran Nollywood actor Jim Ike has sparked conversations after alleging that the entertainment industry is largely driven by self-glorification and influences he described as demonic. And now this one says Gamanche joins Elmina Chiefs for Edina Bakatue Festival. Gamanche joins Elmina Chiefs for Edina Bakatue Festival 2026. Now Ghanaian's #1 goalkeeper Benjamin Asare receives Heroes Welcome after impressive walkout run. Benjamin Asare receives a Heroes Welcome after impressive walkout run. And now this one says movie personalities earn praises for active participating in the national cleanup exercise. During recently the national cleanup exercise, there were a lot of movie personalities who were seen outside cleaning the streets, cleaning gutters, and many more. Now the story says film personalities who participated in the second day of the National General Cleanup Exercise have been commended for throwing weight behind government sanitation day or sanitation exercise. And Osebo says, I don't listen to music that doesn't make sense. Osebo the Zara man, Osebo the fashion king says, I don't listen to music that doesn't make sense. Now Jamaica is also saying, currently Jamaica, the Nigerian veteran actor, is currently in Ghana, and he had an interview on Joy FM, Joy News, and then he says there is some truth to school na scam. He says there is some truth. That means there is a little bit truth when they say school is a scam. Veteran Nollywood actor Jamaica has said there's some truth to the controversial claim that Western education is a scam. That Western education is a scam. And now, Enstroma Season 8 winner Kobe backed 30,000 Ghana cedis and Kenya Dubai trip and more after historic victory. Now the Enstroma Season 8, which has been premiered on Adom TV. Over the years, there have been Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, and currently they are at Season 8. So the winner, Kobe, backed 30,000 Ghana cedis and also a trip to Kenya and Dubai after historic victory. 9-year-old Kobe has been crowned the winner of the Enstroma Season 8 season after weeks of intense competition, unforgettable performances, and a journey that tested talent, confidence, and stage presence. Kobe has emerged the winner and has backed 30,000 Ghana cedis, plus a trip to Kenya and Dubai. And during the night, there were amazing performances from Amanziba, the Palogo, the hitmaker, and also Bisake Day. And one of my very own highlight favorites, Adani Best. Adani Best also came in and performed at the Enstroma since the 8th grand finale. It was quite interesting to watch. The old meet the new as Abuaji da Costa. Abuaji da Costa, the high life sensational, the Boga high life legend, was also there on the night, and he performed with Kobe, the Enstroma Season 8 winner. Enstroma Season 8 was quite exceptional because a lot of the legendary artists came out to support. Amanziba was there, Adani Best was there, Abuaji da Costa came through, Bisake was also there. And also Kofi Bentel, Ghanaian high life sensational, was also there. Samuel Owusu, legendary Samuel Owusu, Abusian Padi Chirika, hitmaker, was also there on the grand finale. And I must say, I must commend Adom TV for this season 8 grand finale. It was quite very exceptional, quite interesting to watch as they brought all these legends to perform with this case, giving them the feel. And it was a historic night. So that's by your way of Tete Ghana newspaper review brought to you, powered by CRF Comic Relief Foundation, presented to you by myself, Bishop Ismail. Can always call me DJ Fresh, the international boy, with all our proud sponsors and co. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you just joined me live on TikTok, it's our DJ Freshboy GH. If you are listening to me live on radio, CRF Radio. And if you are watching me live on TV, it's CRF Television, live on YouTube and on all the digital platforms. All what I need you to do is comment, like, and share. And that's by way of our morning show. Do join me this afternoon too, as I bring to you our afternoon drive right here on CRF Media. Thank you for doing the monitoring. Thank you for doing the lesson. A very good morning to you, Dr. Danso, and also to our nurses in their houses. Big shout out to all yourselves. Catch you same time in the afternoon. Bye bye for now.